Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt, and this is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching episode 3 of The Witcher, season 2. What'd you think of the last episode?
It was a little slow.
Yeah, it was definitely different than the first episode.
Yeah.
The first episode was kind of a more encapsulated story.
Yep.
This kind of brought in, other characters and where they currently are.
Yeah.
I still really enjoyed the fight scene, especially with the Leshin, I don't remember. It was Eskel who got turned into the monster.
Yeah.
It was just really cool to see Vesemir and Geralt fight side by side.
Yeah. Obviously, we did have some action and stuff, but I think it was much more of like a build-up episode.
Yeah.
Kind of for what the rest of the season has in store. So I'm really excited. I think it's going to be really cool to watch Geralt and Ciri.
Yeah.
And see kind of how he trains her.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing from last episode, is that it ended with Geralt making the decision to start training Ciri so that she can protect herself.
Right.
And then we have Yennefer, no powers, and alone.
Yeah.
So that's its whole own issue.
Yeah, no, she's currently looking pretty screwed.
Yeah, she's in trouble.
Yeah.
So if you would like to see the full-length reaction to this, as well as everything else that we have reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on our Instagrams, Twitch, or Twitter, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the episode. Straight into training, maybe? Gotta start somewhere.
Shit.
Can't quite catch it.
I could do it.
She's gonna wear herself out.
Your stomach's growling loud enough to wake the dead. If that counts.
What the hell? This came out of nowhere.
Was it the Black Knight again? If he's still haunting you.
Whose turn is it for lunch?
What's the difference between a witcher and a heap of shit? Eventually, the shit will stop smelling.
What'd you call a witcher with no brains?
Lambert?
Getting along with everyone.
Get some rest.
He made his choice, cost us a brother.
What?
That wasn't our brother. Not by the end of it.
Yeah, and that choice was mostly between Eskel and Vesemir, I feel like.
Oh, I know what killed him.
Wow, I was not anticipating that.
Yeah.
None of us will have any peace until there are no monsters left in the world. Come on.
No rest for them.
Then you can hang what's left of me on the medallion tree.
Oof. That happened. Yeah, I mean, they still need to figure out how he got infected.
We shouldn't have lost him this way.
If there was a scientific explanation for any of this, you would have found it by now. He deserves the peace.
I mean, obviously he feels guilty for killing him and the comments from the other Witchers. But it still seems pretty important to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like everyone who passed away, maybe?
How could any of us have known?
Because we told you, the Nilfgaardian prisoner has a magical barrier in his head.
Oh. I mean, he was getting really tortured first episode.
We'll be burying a lot more than 14 mages then.
13.
Ah, she made it back. Man,
That's good.
Yeah. I thought she was in real deep shit somewhere. Go ahead and erase that.
What was happening in there?
Wonder if she's gonna let them know she can't use any chaos.
I need to tell you something.
Let me speak first. We need to let Vilgefortz carry the mantle of victory for now.
Because you and Vilgefortz are making a play for their seats.
Oh,
She kind of has to lay low. She can't do anything.
right?
And I, for one, will always be grateful for your sacrifice.
I feel like she was just about to tell her.
Yeah. Well, it kind of buys her some time.
Maybe figure out what the hell's going on.
Never known a human to give up the kindness of his heart.
There's a cost, but if it saves our people, it's one I'm happy to pay.
A lot of like political movement between everyone, even like within each other.
Wasting your time battling sacks of straw, Colin.
Hey, she caught it.
What did you do then? I want to do what a witcher does.
He's baiting her.
Come on then.
Oh, great. Geralt's gonna have to save the day again for sure.
Afraid to break a nail, princess.
Oh, it's like an obstacle course. I thought they were gonna go take her to like a monster or something.
Seems a little less dangerous. Maybe not.
It's still a little rough.
I'm just having a little fun.
Yeah, I do not think she's ready for this.
Just immediately knocked off.
Still want to be a witcher?
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty location, wherever it is.
Now you can rest.
Continents evolving underneath our feet, and we didn't see it coming.
But I need to know what happened. If it were your child.
That's true. It is kind of like his son.
I know. They're here.
Oh. Wow, that's how you dispose of a witcher? Nothing.
We heard you were back.
How divine.
Indeed, darling. Indeed.
Come on, join us for a swim. Savior of Sodom would know how to heat a pool.
Come on, Tris. Join us. Not today.
She's all like scarred probably from the fire.
Yeah, it's definitely peeking out there.
Yeah.
Bent on revenge. She slaughtered nobility, incited a rebellion.
Impressive presentation.
That's not true.
Falco was quarter elven, just as Yennefer. I was there when Falco destroyed Mirth. Fireball.
Whoa. Was that the trick or the hands are the trick?
I think the hands are the trick.
Just don't really believe him.
We allow our power to be diluted by elven blood, then it will be led to ruin.
I mean, this guy just hates elves.
Yeah.
No one is ever what they see.
But it's like, if he was there, he might be telling the truth.
We'll find a cure for your scars. I'll talk to Tisea.
No.
Just going for it again.
That was a cool shot. Man, she hasn't even gotten past the first part of this obstacle course. All right, step number 1.
How do you even get past that? Ooh.
I don't think she's ready to get past that one just quite yet. Ooh, Geralt's gonna be pissed.
Admit it. You belong in a castle, not our keep.
I mean, Lambert had to start somewhere too. Their little relationship seems to be working out for both of them so far.
Come here in order to find Dol Blathanna.
To bring you here to fight against the people who have wronged us both.
You need a new army.
Oh, an elven army.
I want your partnership. The Deathless Mother may have brought us together, but you can trust me.
I want a place for our future to begin.
Give them Sintra. They're already here.
Can you promise me that?
I was gonna say, she kind of looked pregnant.
Yeah. I thought we saw that in the last episode, no?
Was she pregnant last episode?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember them talking about like a elven birth.
Yeah.
Politics.
Requires a certain type of person. Calculating.
There's so many people just like vying for power so far. Or a place. Oh, is this Kahir?
Death must serve a purpose.
Mine serves none.
None whatsoever.
Jeez.
She envied you, then.
He looks rough, but he's also probably been tortured constantly.
Very my dear.
What is it with men larking about this place?
What the fuck?
You were in the company of Nilfgaard.
It's like he's like interrogating her in her mind. Yennefer can't do anything either.
Oof.
You will answer to this.
Thank God she showed up.
I was supposed to be tending their horses.
She was.
Training's going well then.
I'm sorry for Eskel.
I know, son.
And if I was ever a burden.
What?
Still are.
You need to see this.
She's still training on the obstacle course.
Steady your legs and breathe, damn it!
Oh, Lambert's actually kind of coaching her a little.
She got an audience.
I don't know what the hell you do there. Okay.
She's so much smaller than these guys.
I know, right? It's like, oh, Dad's watching. That counts. That was the end, I think.
It was a rough landing.
So close.
Treason against one of our own.
I didn't think he would get in that much trouble.
Captured by elves and now returns to these hallowed halls. I don't know. Do you?
Damn. How convincing is he?
Defended from threats inside these walls.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how that's going.
To prove your innocence, you will have to kill the Nilfgaardian prisoner.
Whoa.
Prove what? That you are not a spy.
Or that I am a killer!
And tell them the truth.
She knows.
You are not a threat because you have lost your magic.
Oof.
Your pain is my pain.
Tell me how to save myself!
I would have done anything. But what is lost is lost.
Wow.
I feel like they've probably never dealt with this issue before.
Power couldn't do it even when you had it at your fingertips. What makes you think it's the answer now?
Because it's all I have left!
She really lost everything.
You can do anything.
That's a big-ass rat on the wall.
Doesn't mean you have to. When a Witcher cracks his skull, chances are he'll survive. You do not have that luxury.
That's true. She can train like a Witcher, but she's not one.
I've known many who wanted to be great fighters in my time. Do you know where they are now? In cemeteries.
Seems like she's like rushing.
Yeah, she just wants to get to the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, something else is going on.
You're fleeing.
Why do you care?
Because I care about you. I spent time amongst Nilfgaard's followers. They feel welcomed. I haven't told anyone.
Seems like Nilfgaard's all right then.
But you would never want to go quietly, will you?
Can you make her a portal?
Come to me.
I mean, the witch did say that she wanted to leave her until she was desperate. She's getting pretty desperate now.
Your enemies aren't on the ground.
They're all helping her.
Yeah.
That strange feeling that you get like someone's coming after you.
It's like I'm being pulled.
Pulled towards what?
It's like a forest.
Right? Yeah, like the woods.
Where would it take you?
I mean, it's getting pretty ominous.
What?
Yeah, she was getting dragged out there.
Literally pulled.
I saw your mother exhibit uncontrolled magical power. I think you've inherited that power.
I trust you.
It's about time.
Uh-oh. What does she feel? That's definitely not good.
It's missing a hand.
It's the one Eskel fought. Oh no. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Just one problem for her next? Oh. Siri, you better run. And that really was just an evil monster replaced by an even eviler monster. No. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like right over her. Oh, it's like a centipede.
Oh my god.
Oh. It's like it wants her. That was quick.
That was weird though.
Yeah, it like didn't want to hurt her almost. It just wanted to get to her.
Sir Laszlo will be proud.
Whew, that thing was weird. It had like all those like arms and then centipede.
An ugly face.
But they took care of two monsters pretty quickly. Oh wow, is she really gonna go through with the execution?
Can you at least tell me what purpose my death serves now?
Absolution.
Mine.
Mine.
Wow, has to execute him in front of all of the Northern Kings.
May it stand forever on the hill!
I mean, it's not even like they won the war, they just won a battle.
Yeah.
Where's Triss?
She was summoned away this morning.
What? Where the hell's Triss?
My advisor Dijkstra says she's worth keeping an eye on.
Our most trusted advisors are becoming less and less trustworthy.
Geez, everyone just can't trust anyone.
This is what strength looks like.
I don't see her going through with this.
Well, she doesn't. I don't, like, it's like she doesn't have a choice.
Simply say the words.
Uh-oh. This is probably the most desperate she's been. I feel like no matter what she does, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Oh!
Come on then.
Oh, what?
Don't flatter yourself. I'm saving me.
That's bad. All right. That was episode 3 of The Witcher. What'd you think?
That was a lot. I feel like there's just so much, like, the power struggle, like, that we're seeing, and then just nobody trusting anybody else.
No, literally everyone is just, like, hostile towards everyone and everything.
Yeah, and it's just all about power and politics.
Yeah, and everyone's doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, even Tisea and Vilgefortz, you know, they're like, okay, Yennefer, you lay low, we're trying to get these seats. It's not necessarily like, okay, how do we, you know, solve the current issues going on? They're trying to get in power.
Yeah.
Stregobor is trying to just eliminate elves in general.
Yeah.
You had all of, like, the humans, like the northern kingdoms there, talking about how their most trusted advisors, the mages, can't be trusted.
Yeah.
It's literally just everyone is, like, up against the wall and just does not trust anyone.
No. And then you have the end of this, like, what the hell is going to happen with Yennefer?
Yeah, because not only does she still not have her powers, Tisea knows she doesn't have powers. I don't think other mages know that.
No.
So that's, you know, if they found out, like if Stregobor found out that Yennefer was powerless, he would probably just obliterate her off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
This continues to be the Witcher world. It's not like a win or lose. It's typically like a lose-lose. Like Yennefer, if she would have killed Cahir, then she's a murderer.
Yeah.
And then she saves Cahir, but now she probably looks like a spy and, you know, obviously working with Nilfgaard.
Yeah, she looks very guilty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought she was going to cave in to the witch. Like, as she was going up to...
Yeah.
I don't know what that does.
So did I.
I assume she'll, like, immediately get her powers back, but then probably, you know...
At what cost?
At what cost?
Yeah.
To this witch. That was an epic decision.
Yeah, and then on the other side, we have Geralt and Ciri.
Uh-huh.
So we kind of first started off with Vesemir and Geralt.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously they're grieving, and it's like a brother-son relationship.
Right.
That they're grieving. But I think it kind of is important to find out what the hell happened.
Yeah. I mean, stuff is not right at all.
And, you know, Geralt feels that guilt, and the other Witchers are not helping.
No.
Not all of them, but he has that guilt on him. More guilt is being placed on him. And, you know, he's like, let's put him to rest. This is what we need to do. But Vesemir has a really good point that they do need to figure out what.
You know, you forget kind of how impactful it is for Vesemir, because essentially all of these Witchers are like his children.
Right.
So when he loses one, that, you know, little line of him when he was talking to Geralt of like, to, you know, find out what you could have done differently, like, did you do enough and stuff? And obviously that's going to hit home for Geralt with Ciri.
Right.
Is he doing enough to protect Ciri?
Right.
How far would you go to keep them safe?
Right.
But I do think it was important to kind of figure out what the hell is going on, because it's interesting. It's like that Leshy. Clearly, Eskel didn't kill the Leshy.
No.
He came back with its arm. Maybe he thought he did, but whether he was already kind of semi-possessed or something, but then that Leshy was going after Ciri.
Yeah, there was a reason that he was targeted, and that essentially he was bringing it back to where Ciri was.
Right. And then it was pulling Ciri, like literally pulling Ciri towards it. That was super shocking. You know, you think you see this Leshy and you're like, oh my God, this thing is gigantic.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. It's got to be like a crazy difficult fight. You know, Geralt set his sword on fire and he's charging at it. And then you just have this giant centipede creature show up and it just literally rips the Leshy in half.
Yeah.
Like you think it's like, oh my God, this is such a big problem. And then an even bigger problem comes and it just dwarfs that problem so much.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, shit's wrong. Would these monsters even be fighting each other or something? It's almost like these monsters are vying for position to somehow get a hold of Ciri.
Yeah, it is weird because it didn't feel threatening to Ciri almost.
No.
They just wanted her.
Yeah.
I mean, the Leshy was like pulling Ciri in, but at no point did it look like they were going to kill Ciri.
No, it looked like it was pulling Ciri in, but it was, sending its roots or branches or whatever to attack Geralt.
Right.
The same thing with that centipede thing. It came charging after Geralt, not Ciri. And even when it had Ciri cornered, it could have easily killed Ciri.
Oh, absolutely.
But it looked like it was like reaching out to her almost before Geralt just like slid his sword and then cut off some of its arms and then cut off its head.
Yeah.
Just took it out in like 5 seconds. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was crazy. The way it just like he just like
slid all the way down with his sword through it. Another like amazing monster designs, great action scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's clearly something going on with Ciri and her connection with the monsters.
Right. And Geralt kind of revealed some of Ciri's genetics.
Right. Yeah.
I guess to her.
Right. Her mother, obviously exhibited crazy powers when Geralt was there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of interesting. I mean, you had multiple situations where you have, Geralt is a, firsthand experience of the events of the past. And it reminds me of like Stregobor talking about that one, I don't know if it was a mage or something, the person that was on fire who killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
He doesn't have hands.
Yeah.
So it's like his firsthand experience versus Istrid, who's the historian, who's like, that's not accurate at all.
Yeah.
It just goes back to like, who can you trust? Who do you believe? I don't even know if I believe Stregobor if his hands are damaged like that, or if he just plays it up to make his story more believable or something.
Yeah.
But going back to Geralt, he had that firsthand experience that we've seen also, that yes, there is something inside of Ciri that makes her different.
Right. And I think that seems to probably be the reason that all these monsters are vying for her.
Yeah.
So very interested to see. I mean, obviously they're going to be continuing to encounter these monsters, but they need to figure out why this is happening.
Yeah.
I think they got the why of Ciri, but they need more.
They need more, and Ciri clearly needs to keep training because
she's constantly in danger.
Yeah, she can't just run while Geralt chases after the monsters.
Right.
But it was cool to see her training. It was cool to kind of give her some badass moments of not giving up, of getting beat down over and over by that obstacle course.
And the Witcher's kind of giving her that respect after that.
Yeah, I mean, you had Lambert just like shitting all over her, and then once Geralt kind of showed up, it's not because Geralt showed up, but when he did, Lambert was kind of like, you need to balance and breathe and whatever. It wasn't like he was just continuing to tease her. He was giving her directions.
Right.
And then you had Cohen, the other Witcher, was training her inside. So she's definitely becoming like part of the family.
Yeah.
Which is cool, because that's some of my favorite part is just whenever Geralt and Ciri are together, especially when they're fighting something. So yeah. I like that that's continuing.
Yeah. And interesting too, at the end, I kind of wonder what this is, like what this means. But when Triss just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, she got summoned somewhere.
Right. But it just seemed very odd for the timing of everything.
Yeah. And you saw a brief look at her like scars from when she got burned.
Right.
I don't know if they could fix that, but it almost felt like she didn't want to have it fixed regardless.
Yeah, I don't think that she did.
Definitely something going on with her. And then you have Frangilla and I believe Francesca. It's getting hard.
I think so. I think.
But yeah, Frangilla for sure. But then the elven mage who's pregnant, which I guess we knew that last episode, or they talked about it last episode.
No, I definitely thought I remember seeing her in like a super tight fitting dress with the belly.
With a little baby bump.
Yeah. And they discussed the baby.
Yeah, they did talk about like an elven birth.
Right. Because it's like the first elven birth in forever.
Yeah. But again, it's going to, everyone has their own motive. So even though they're working together, Frangilla needs to replenish her army. Why not use elven soldiers who know the lands of the Northern Kingdoms better than the people who live in the Northern Kingdoms?
Right. The elves there's a lot less of them than there were, but that's still a lot of people.
It's a lot of people, and they're clearly powerful. I mean, you go back to the scene in the first episode when they captured Yennefer and Frangilla. I mean, they just decimated that little squad of Nilfgaard soldiers.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's a huge boost to their army.
Yeah.
But then for Francesca, if that's the name that's correct, she needs a place for her people. They can't just be wandering or living, in the woods, sleeping on the ground.
Right.
So, you have enemies working with enemies because they both have similar goals and motives. I mean, you have allies who are tearing each other apart. I mean, it's literally all over the place. So I feel like the first episode was a really great, encapsulated story. The second episode kind of got the ball moving a little bit. And this one really set the table for how much political intrigue and shifting and spying on other people is going to probably take place throughout the rest of the series.
Right.
So definitely quite a bit happened in this episode.
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on, and I feel like that was kind of a decent cliffhanger, I guess, maybe at the end.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yennefer.
Yeah, what the hell are Yennefer and Cahir going to do with each other now?
I mean, I kind of feel like they have to stick together.
They're both wanted, technically.
Yeah, but so I don't know. Is he going to bring Yennefer back with him? Is Yennefer just going to want to go off on her own and then he's just stuck with her because where else is he going to go?
Yeah, I mean, Yennefer fought against Nilfgaard, but then you had that moment with Istrid when he said that, he did talk with people in Nilfgaard while he was there and that everything seemed quite all right, that people were happy and healthy.
Right.
So you keep hearing Frangilla talk about we are not the bad people here. Yeah, sure, we're sweeping through lands, conquering everyone, but everyone's getting a much better life once we're done.
Right.
How true is that? So I don't know, maybe now that Yennefer's with Cahir's going to want to go back to Nilfgaard and Yennefer's going to be like, what other choice do I have?
Right. She has no mages on her side.
No, she has no mages on her side, and even the Northern Kingdoms are not going to want to touch her pretty much after what she just pulled there.
And she currently has no powers.
She has no powers. She's pretty much down to Nilfgaard.
Yeah, she's at rock bottom at this point, but not enough to
go to that witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction to this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on any other types of social media, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.